Good morning, students. Hope all of you are doing your work regularly. Students, in previous lecture we completed chapter 2 of geography, and that was physical features of India, right? In this chapter we will start with our third book, and name of the book is Democratic Politics Part 1. And name of the first chapter is What is democracy? Why democracy? Now the first question, what do you mean by democracy? According to very famous definition by Abraham Lincoln, democracy is a government for the people, by the people, of the people. Or we can say, in democracy, rulers are elected by the people. And first of all, elections are held. Then those elected representatives, they run the government as per the people wishes. Right? But there are some other features also in the democracy. Like the first feature is the major decisions are taken by the elected representative. Second one, second feature is that there should be fair election, and all people should have the equal opportunity to contest the election. So all these are some basic features of democracy. Then only we can say it a true democracy. So the today's topic is democracy. It is a form of government in which rulers are elected by people. But with that, there are some other features also. These features are: rulers elected by people take all the major decisions. And second, elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the rulers. Means in every election, the ruling party should have the chances of losing the election. So first of all, we will discuss these two features, beta. This first feature, that rulers elected by people take all the major decisions. But do you know, in some countries, this feature is not followed. Even elections are held, representatives are elected, but still some other people are taking the major decision. And this happened in our neighboring country, Pakistan. Let us take the example of General Pervez Musharraf. He led a military coup in 1999. He overthrew government which was democratically elected, and he declared himself chief executive and later changed his designation to president. It means he didn't contest the election. He was the military chief and he turned his designation to president. According to media, human rights and democracy activists, it was based on malpractices. And do you know, beta, in democracy there is no space for malpractices. In 2002, constitution was amended by him, in which president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. Means the whole power was in the hand of the president. National Security Cabinet was dominated by military officers, not by the elected representative. And do you know, after this constitutional amendment, what happened? After this, elections were held to the national and provincial assemblies. But do you think that these elections were democratic elections? No. Because Pakistan had elected representatives, but still the power to run the government was in hand of the military officers and with the General Pervez Musharraf. So we cannot say it a true democracy. So can we call it democracy? No, because elected representatives were not the real rulers. And what was the first feature? That the rulers elected by people take all the major decisions. So this feature was not followed in Pakistan. And they cannot take the major decision. That is why we cannot say that Pakistan followed the true democratic government. Right? And second feature is elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the rulers. It means there should be fair elections. every political party should have equal right to contest the election. But what happened in China? They didn't follow the free and fair electoral elections. So let us take an example of China. Free and fair electoral competition was not held like you see in India. That was not followed in China. Elections are regularly held for electing parliament. After every 5 years, elections were held. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint president, and about 3,000 members were elected, but out of it, some were elected by the army. And do you know, here to contest the election, candidate needs the approval of Chinese Communist Party. But if you will compare with India, here the candidate needs the approval of Election Commission, which is an independent body. Only Chinese Communist Party and its allies were allowed to contest election. Means in this Chinese Communist Party and its allied parties, only they were allowed to contest election. But India, you have seen that there are so many independent candidates also. And government was always formed by the Chinese Communist Party over there. So, as we have read that free and fair electoral competition was not followed in China. So, China is also not a true democracy. Let us take another example of Mexico. Does Mexico follow free and fair electoral? It is since 1930. In 1930, Mexico got independence. So till that time, Mexico holds election after every 6 years. But until 2000, every election was won by PRI. And this PRI was Institutional Revolutionary Party. Opposition parties contested election but never won, because PRI used dirty tricks to win the election. And what were those dirty tricks? Government employees had to attend the party meetings. Government teachers forced parents to vote for PRI. Media also ignored these. And even at the last minute, polling booths were shifted, which create problem for the public to give votes. So, and even PRI spent a lot of money on the election campaign. And do you know, in a democratic country, all these campaigns, election campaigns, and even whatever amount we spend on the election, it is controlled by the Election Commission, right? So, when we can say that the true democracy is followed in any country, when all these features are followed over there. So this was the topic about the democracy, and today we discuss about 2 features of democracy. Tomorrow we will discuss other feature of this. Thank you and have a nice day.